This is where it ended. The gas chambers of Treblinka. People were stripped, beaten, and forced inside, 700 at a time, into a room the size of a small garage. No windows, no air, only diesel exhaust, and silence. At first, there had been just one gas chamber building, with 3 small rooms. But it wasn't enough. After a couple of months, the SS built a second one, larger, more efficient. Exact dimensions vary between witness accounts, but most describe each chamber as roughly 35 square meters, small enough to feel crowded with 10 people. Instead, they forced in 600 to 700. The new chambers also had lower ceilings, only 1.9 meters compared to 2.5 in the older ones. That change wasn't random. Less air above the heads meant faster suffocation. Inside, the density was inhuman, 15 to 20 people per square meter. No room to move, no way to fall. People were packed so tightly inside the chamber they had to hold their breath to make room. During the suffocation, the bodies swelled until the dead formed one solid mass. The new chambers were built right at the end of the infamous Schlauch, a narrow tube connecting the undressing yard with the death zone. Previously, the victims had to run around the mass graves to reach the old chambers. The new design prevented this, but the victims sensed the upcoming death anyway, and the guards were ready. As they approached the gas chamber, the people began to back away in terror. Oftentimes, they tried to turn back. At that point, lashes and clubs were used. Franz immediately set upon the condemned his dog, which was specially trained to snap at their sex organs. There were 5 or 6 Germans at each chamber, along with the motorists and their dogs. They beat the victims hard, forcing them into the corridor and into the chamber. The motorists were Ivan and Nikolai. They operated the diesel engine, but they also tortured people on the way in. Ivan became known as Ivan the Terrible. The Germans would compete with the motorists in brutality towards the people selected to die. Ivan, for instance, had a sword with which he mutilated the people. He cut off the breasts of women. The pushing turned to chaos. Parents carried their children in their arms in the vain hope that this would save them. On the way to their doom, they were pushed and beaten with rifle butts and with Ivan's gas pipe. Dogs were set upon them, barking, biting, and tearing at them. To escape the blows and the dogs, the crowd rushed to its death, the stronger ones shoving the weaker ones ahead of them. These testimonies also answer the frequent question, why did the Jews walk into the chambers without resisting? Because under the rain of blows, they had no other choice. Once everybody was inside, the door slammed shut. Outside, the diesel engine roared to life. It came from a captured Soviet tank. Its exhaust pipe led directly into the chamber. Treblinka didn't use Zyklon B. It used carbon monoxide, dense, heavy diesel fumes. The process took 20 to 30 minutes. Sometimes there was no gas at all. On days when no transport was due, the killers locked people inside the gas chambers and simply let them suffocate from lack of air. One group was left inside for 48 hours. When the doors were opened, some were still choking, still showing signs of life. Treblinka had been designed for maximum efficiency, and it worked. Over and over again. Up to 25,000 people a day could be killed this way. The average number was 15,000. But the gas chambers were only one step in the system. In the next episode, we'll look at what happened afterward and how the Nazis tried to hide every trace.